and welcome back to Talking Tuong. Oh, geez, the live stream Facebook show that isn't live streamed at all today. This is really exciting. Back home in Ottawa, and who do I want to podcast the most with? Of course, across from me, Samantha Leggatt. To my right, Angus MacDonald. Hello.
Are we allowed to talk now?
Oh my God, did not silence you before. Jeez. Troll me. Maybe I don't want to podcast. Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy, I swear. The quality's so good right now because all of us are on. Inside joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, Talkin Tuong, the show where I like to talk about the hottest topic, pop culture topic of the month. Of course, it's December, and a lot of things came out, but mostly Star Wars happened. But before we get into Star Wars, I have a couple topics that I jotted down that I want to just kind of read the room here and see how you guys feel about it here.
So short answers.
Short answers. Just like every episode of Talking Tuong, I like to start with the news. Not in order here. It's kind of whenever I see on Twitter or whatever news site I'm on, I'm like, oh, that might be a good topic for Talking Tuong. And I just write it down. So the first one I have here is there's a sequel to Train to Busan coming out.
Oh, why?
Never saw it.
No? All right.
Oh, do you like zombie movies?
Yeah, it's on my list.
It's quite good.
It really is.
quite good.
But it's quite good. Also, does not need a sequel.
Doesn't need a sequel. We'll see what they do.
I also
guess.
argue a lot of things don't need a sequel.
That's probably true.
But Train to Busan definitely does not need a sequel. It's very
There's a
good
new
self-contained.
Mulan trailer that came out.
Yeah,
Saw it.
looks good.
Looks badass.
Looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Are there still going to be so the songs are still going to be in it, right?
No.
No.
There's
Really?
not.
The instrumental themes, I think, will be there.
Yes.
I don't think
okay,
they're
so
going to
they'll
break
do,
into
like-
song
It's not a
and dance.
musical.
It's not a musical.
It's not a musical. There's no Mushu. And I know this is I think I bring
There's
this
no
up.
Mushu, but it looks kind of magical. Like,
Well, there's a bird.
There's a
Isn't one of
Phoenix.
the
Yes, there's magical stuff happening, but there's no Mushu character
Okay.
like Sassy Dragon. But I think I get into this conversation quite a bit where I just don't know what Disney fans want or what people want. Because when there's a shot-for-shot remake like The Lion King, people are like, oh, I hate this. It's a shot-for-shot remake. And then when they see Mulan, they're like, I hate this. It's different than the original.
Oh, I do not.
Are
no.
people
hate
reacting
that?
poorly?
People are mad right now because of this point exactly. Point that it's like it's not a musical and there's no Mushu.
So what?
Really, the no Mushu. I thought it was weird that you brought up Mushu up. I was like, I don't even think when I think of Mulan.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm not the biggest Mulan fan. When I think of Mulan,
Mulan's like
Pretty-
I don't.
fucking good.
I don't.
Yeah.
No. Oh no. I think it's great. It's probably one of the best Disney movies.
Yeah.
It's probably my fourth favorite Disney.
Oh,
movie.
top 5.
Ooh,
We should
top
do that.
five. Top five. Top
You haven't
five.
done top 5 Disney movies?
No, we're saving that.
Wow.
Ooh.
I shouldn't be on that episode.
Okay.
Because I'm going to say Great Mouse Detective.
Yo, I would back you up.
Really?
I
For
love
once.
it. I
jeez.
fucking love
For
it.
once,
Yeah.
crustacean. Sorry, but I'm normally the guy who is like, why make a shot-for-shot
Sure,
remake?
yeah.
So when I saw the trailer for Mulan, I was like, oh, this looks different and new. I'm
agree.
actually, even though the musical part's great, that worked. So don't bother doing that again. Do something else to see if you can get that to work. This looks good. I actually
agree.
kind of want to watch this one.
Me too, and I think
I
it's
may actually go
the
see
most
that.
exciting one Disney film I think they're making so far. And yeah, it's just
Agreed.
weird to hear. Like I've met several people who are like, I can't wait to see Mushu, and I'm like, there's no Mushu, and they're like, what the fuck? I'm not watching this movie,
I'm
and I'm
gl-
like, what?
But like honestly, if you were gonna get a Mushu, you wouldn't be able to please everyone because either it would be Eddie Murphy again, and people would be like, "Well, why is it Eddie Murphy again?"
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't be, and they'll be like, "Well, he'll never be Eddie Murphy." So it would not. It's like the genie. It's
Also,
like you can't win.
The tone of what they're looking to do with Mulan, I mean, I haven't seen the movie obviously, but it doesn't look to be like
More
they don't need
war
a sassy
story.
dragon
No,
in what they're trying to show. So anyways, there's Ghostbusters Afterlife. There was a trailer that dropped for that.
Not watch.
you
I
guys watch
watched
that?
the trailer for this.
What'd you think?
I gotta say, I kind of dug it.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of CG, which is whatever. That's here to stay.
Yep.
But I know they won't stick the landing with this, but I was pleasantly surprised that all the footage I saw in the thing, I don't think there was a blue light in the sky. It didn't take place in a major city.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I think if they went and did like a really small scale Ghostbusters movie,
Yeah.
I think that would be really good.
It
It could be really good.
Yeah, and Paul Rudd's in it, so we love Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it was Leslie Cherokee instead.
Agreed.
They're basically the same person.
They're basically the same person.
I heard he's the new Ant-Man. Did you know that?
Really?
Leslie's gonna be the new Ant-Man.
Jeez, he's really stepping it up since he left Ottawa.
Yeah.
Marriage
Miss you, buddy.
Story came on Netflix. Haven't seen it yet.
Me either, and I really want
okay.
to.
I heard it's really good. I
Yeah,
saw a
my
lot of memes.
sisters
Yeah, I don't think
said-
I'm gonna watch it.
See, and it's one of those movies that I definitely want to see, and Brad will not. So whenever we're picking a movie to watch together, it's like
not gonna be that.
I feel like I'm gonna have to do it on my own.
Yeah. I think it was just gonna make me really sad. And I don't need that right now.
Yo, that's fair.
Jumanji Next Level. Maybe that'll make you happy. Well, you didn't see the reboot yet.
Not yet.
But
A big fan of the original, though. No, the original with Robin Williams. Not the original.
Thank you for specifying.
What about Zathulu? No.
Zathura?
Zathura.
Oh, the John Favreau space.
Was that John
one?
Favreau?
Yep.
Oh,
my
wow.
God,
Space
dude.
Jumanji?
Yeah. I think it was the thing he did
It was
right
with
before.
Kristen Stewart.
I think he did that, and then he did Iron Man.
Oh, wow.
Is Kristen Stewart in it?
Whoa.
I
Yeah.
know Dax Shepard's in it.
Oh, my God.
Which is like, really, what is he doing in this movie?
I never saw it.
Free Guy. There was a trailer for that. That's that Ryan Reynolds trailer
Oh, yeah.
where he plays like an NPC.
If it wasn't Ryan Reynolds in the trailer,
Yep.
I would have hated it.
Yep.
I like Ryan Reynolds, even though he constantly makes bad movies.
It's true.
6 Underground, terrible.
Did he make that movie better?
Yeah, I mean, he's the reason I stayed in long enough because I'm like, he's my boy. I like him.
Sure.
But Deadpool can only win him so much
good
cred. Graces. But that's
Green
the thing,
Lantern
It's
as well.
it's oh god, it's one of those movies though, like Free Guy, where I was like, oh wait, is Taika doing that?
I don't know.
I'd be more into it if he was.
If he was,
I,
then yes.
I think he has something to do with it.
Maybe he's producing
in
it
it
or right. He's
but-
in it.
Okay,
He's in it.
But when I saw it, I was kind of like, just why not just make this? I guess it would be too much like Wreck-It Ralph, but like why not just make it fully CG? Like why not
Right.
just do an animated movie that takes place in a video game?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it. I saw the trailer and I'm like, this is a cool idea. I hope they pull it off. That's as far as I got with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder Woman got a trailer. Did you guys see that?
I think I avoided it.
Avoided it? I keep forgetting you guys are not the trailer people.
Yeah,
I'm a trailer
I'm
person.
already sold on Wonder Woman.
Yes.
So
Here we go. It does feel like Leslie's in the room right now. He's like, don't watch trailers.
So
Fair.
so I watched it at work, but I
Yeah.
didn't have my headphones in. So I watched it without sound. It looks cool.
Looks cool. Looks cool. She has a sick ass
without
golden
like,
armor.
It's-
saying
so it's-
too much.
So it's the
Does
80s.
it show the villain in the trailer?
No.
Sweet.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't.
No.
Not
Not in costume, anyways.
it might show Kristen Wiig, but it
Yes.
won't. It doesn't show her like
as
a.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
sure
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
I'm sure trailer 2 will.
So I watch. Yeah, that probably and they
Or
should
trailer 3.
and they shouldn't. They shouldn't just show. Just don't show it.
You don't need to.
Well,
You
the
shouldn't.
the
No.
thing I'm on the lookout for is the movie's set in '84, right?
Yeah.
And we know that obviously Diana lives through the story to be in the other DC movies. So what kind of stakes are they going to be able to generate
Right.
in terms of? I mean, we never really fear for the heroes in our movies.
No.
But even like that one's off the table now too because we know that she survives the movie.
Maybe we just fear for Chris Pine again. I guess.
Yeah, probably. Like
Wait, when did the last one take place?
World War One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't he die?
Yeah,
He did.
That's part of the mystery of the movie. Is why is he?
Why is he-
And also, if you didn't die in that plane explosion, why are you not old?
Oh yeah.
Because he's always handsome.
Because it's it's like 60 years later,
You're
Oh, yeah.
right.
or 70 years later. Yeah.
There were some Golden Globes. The Golden Globe knobs came out. So I actually didn't write it down, but they came out. So
Yeah.
the nominations came
Marriage
out.
Story's up for a bunch.
Marriage
Parasite.
Stories. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My boy.
Oh, so good.
Best director, but not best picture, and I'm bothered by it.
Yes, that's
I think it got
ridiculous.
best foreign film. I'm like, fuck it. It should just be nominated for best picture.
Yeah. It better win at least that category.
Yeah.
We'll see. Matrix and John Wick 4 are coming out on the same
I'm gonna go
day.
see them both.
On the same
What,
day.
is Keanu in both?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
No, and they're coming out on the same day.
So I actually don't care for it. Like John Wick 3 was fine. I
Yeah,
doubt 4 is going to be any good, and I don't think The Matrix 4 is going to be any good.
No.
But I'm going to see both of those movies because I want to do like a double feature. I'm going to see them both in one day.
Keanu twofer, if you will.
like
Yes.
a Keanu matinee.
Yeah, I like it.
Because you can.
Yeah, of course. I'm an adult. I
doing
get to
it-
make you.
Yeah.
I like John Wick quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh no, I love John Wick. I just
Even
didn't think
just-
the
I
third
never
one's that
saw
good.
them.
It's good.
Oh, the first one's
They're
definitely
fun.
worth watching.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
You guys musical fans here?
Yes.
In the Heights? Are you excited for
What's
the
that?
Lin-Manuel Miranda's
Oh,
first.
yes.
It's his first one.
Dancing
Oh
in the
my
background
god,
right
I was
now.
like crying in the trailer.
Yeah, it looks very, very good.
I still haven't seen Hamilton.
Me either.
Seen or just listened to? Because Seen is just coming to Canada.
I had a roommate
this
that
year.
listened to Hamilton. Shout out to Kyle.
Yeah.
And he would listen to it and sing it. So I've heard every
Oh, I
song
see,
of
right.
Hamilton out of order.
See, I don't like
a good
that.
one.
I try not to listen to the music until I've seen it, because then I'm like,
Oh.
it's spoilers. I
Well,
know the whole story.
So here's the thing. Kyle, I didn't want to listen to it. He just played it very loudly in the house.
You just love to sing.
I guess the opposite of a shout out to Kyle.
Yeah, boo, Kyle.
Boo, Kyle, just a little
Laura,
bit.
you can nod your head in the corner there if I got this stat or this
Why
this
does
fun
she have
fact.
to sit in the corner?
Because she. No,
In
I'm
the
not gonna say it.
dark. Yeah.
I'll have to feed her at some point. Is Hamilton? It was made with the purpose that like any people who can't afford to go to the show, they can just listen to the soundtrack, right? Something because it's from start to finish. That's the entire story. Did I read that correctly? That wasn't. I thought that was.
Is that not
like, I thought
how
that was
most
like a,
musicals are? They just...
No, because like a lot of musicals have like a lot of banter in between songs. Where Hamilton, everything about it is just straight shot,
Every scene is wall-to-wall songs.
wall to wall,
Rapping.
sung through. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Every moment.
I
Is a
mean,
new song. But
Les
it's not like-
Mis was like,
But it's not
Book
like
of
Les Mis.
Mormon
It
was
doesn't have like
mostly-
Les Mis is like talk singing.
Yeah, it
Where it's
is.
like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to the bathroom, and it's like.
Did you guys like Les Mis?
Oh, here we go.
Hey guys,
did.
Laura here.
Oh,
really
just
suck.
to
Hey,
correct
hey,
some of the
Laura.
stuff
Hey,
I'm
Laura.
saying about Hamilton. Everyone should go see Hamilton. Walk, don't run. Actually,
Walk,
go online.
don't run.
Run, don't
Run,
walk.
Fuck.
I mean, it
Go
came out
online
years
and
ago.
get tickets first. But Hamilton is sung through in that, like, so as Tung was saying, you can get the whole story just from listening to the soundtrack, which is really fun. But In the Heights is a more classic musical where there's scenes, not just banter.
Yes.
Full scenes
Full scenes.
between the songs, the musical numbers.
Right.
Thank you.
Man,
Okay, thank
I
you.
remember when
Thank
Lin-Manuel Miranda was on College Humor videos talking about In the Heights
No.
back in the day.
Well, look at him now.
Look at him now.
Making Moana and stuff.
Look at him now.
And Mary Poppins too.
desperate to be famous.
Let's see. I
He'll be
wrote a
okay.
couple things like Cineplex was bought out.
Oh, yeah?
The Game
By who?
Awards
Wait, who bought
happened.
Cineplex?
Some American company.
company.
Yeah.
was Cineplex not American already?
Or it was like a big
It was a European.
Oh.
European.
Okay. Honestly, no
I wish
idea.
I
Yeah,
wrote it, but it was like for a shit ton of money.
If it means the Cineplex in my neighborhood is going to change yet again for like the 5th time in the last 8 years.
The only scary thing is like I really don't care except for the fact that like what happens to scene points? Do they keep that?
Well, probably not.
Because that would suck for those people.
What happened? Yeah, like go to your local small theaters if you've got one. Go there.
Yeah.
Go to the Mayfair
Way
in
better.
Ottawa if you're not.
Kumail is jacked is what I wrote.
Oh, that's really funny. So I'm
super jacked.
I was on the Harmontown subreddit.
Yeah.
He used to be a frequent guest on that podcast, and I thought it was a Photoshop because people like kind of bust his chops on the subreddit, and I was just like, oh, that's really good Photoshop. And then I was on Instagram and I saw it and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked. He put out a funny tweet like a day later, and he was like the thumbnail picture of Pornhub for like jacked men. And
Is him?
It was him. It was that picture.
Wow.
He thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I would love to
I feel like
see.
it's a point of pride at that.
Yeah, he's like,
point.
oh, sick, I
He's
made it
like,
on
this is really
Pornhub.
funny, but like my
If I
proudest
did,
moment.
if I did that, I would Instagram
Yeah.
a ton of pictures of it. I also kind of wish that Kumail, already pretty like normally, pretty athletic built guy, just could look the way he looked in the movie. I think that would be awesome. But no. You gotta have
gotta
the,
be
You gotta
jacked.
that
It's
Marvel
the
workout.
Well, it's like in Ant-Man when they've got that one shot of what's his name touching his abs. And he's
Paul
like,
Rudd?
yeah, and it's like, why does
Leslie
Paul?
Cherokee?
Yeah, why does Leslie Cherokee need to have abs for Ant-Man?
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
You're right.
gratuitous. It's unnecessary.
True.
Yeah.
You're very correct.
The Cats movie. We
Yeah.
were just talking about this a little bit.
What about
before. The Cats movie, it came out. B, it is a ginormous flop in which I'm not very surprised, except for the fact that they lost close to $100 million, which is an insane amount of money. And also, it pulled out of the Oscars. It was in. It was supposed to be in the running a little bit
That's
for music.
embarrassing.
I think it was, a song.
Oh, it's
but,
very embarrassing.
But nope.
So
And-
the songs aren't even that good?
there's one original song by Taylor Swift and
Oh,
Andrew
man.
Lloyd Webber.
Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I'm sorry. Is it gonna come for me now? Probably. Nope, they pulled out because they're like, nope, we lost too much. Also, they re-released the movie 3 days later.
this.
With
better effects?
With better effects. They're like, oh, the movie, it's something.
they recut it in 3 days?
They just put extra effects on top of it.
I don't know if...
And I'm like, that's probably not the problem.
No.
Well, so I
No.
also I don't know how movies are made in that sense I don't think that's possible.
They did it.
They were sending new versions to
New
like
versions.
the theaters to be
Oh,
like
okay.
play this one.
So they must have already been working on that when the first one, because I don't think you can do that in 3 days. I mean, you work as an animator, like a 2-dimensional.
Yeah. Some people are
yeah.
pulling crazy overtime that I just hope they're getting paid for.
Oh, probably
because it's not you're not getting the money from the cats.
Let's just say it wasn't the Sonic the Hedgehog thing where
No.
like they re-released and everyone's like, oh, that looks good now. It's like, oh, they made that thing scarier.
Yeah, I feel like at that point you just gotta like bite the bullet, man. There's no saving cats.
There was a scene, a screenshot. It was just like Judi Dench, her
Dame Judi Dench.
I'm sorry.
What is you with honorifics? You're not doing any of them tonight.
Do I need to?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She's a fucking dame.
Okay, Dame Judi Dench. Her hands were hands, like regular human hands, when they should have been like everybody else has like cat-like hands.
Really?
But for some reason, she has like regular hands, and like a ring was showing or something. I don't know. Seems like it's a really
Yeah,
sloppy
they probably came up to her on set. They're like, "All right, Miss Dench, we have to." Oh my god! Oh my god! You need to get him
Yo.
on the.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I had a hunch this was happening.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Did he message you?
I'm gonna put it on.
Did you
right
message
now.
him?
He
is
saw
crazy.
the story.
I can't believe this is happening. Leslie Cherapy. We're on a podcast right now. What do you want to say to the people?
Fuck! Okay, I'm gonna call back. You edit this out. I'm gonna call back, and then you just stitch it right back in. Okay? Okay, I'm calling back.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna edit that. That's
No, you can't. edit that
I'm
out.
like, I don't edit Talking Tongue. Well, he'll call back, so I'll just.
I was in the middle of a fun
sorry,
bit.
go
No,
ahead.
it's
Do
not.
the
It's not
bit.
funny anymore.
Well, Leslie just interrupted. You can blame him.
Oh. But if you guys don't laugh, no. I can't imagine she wanted to wear the whatever like motion capture gloves they had to put on her. So it's just her real hands. Oh, he's back.
He's calling back. Okay, here we go. 1 second. Leslie, you sure you don't want to call back for ranked? Oh, anyway, he's gonna. I don't know what he's doing.
Why isn't this working?
I think he thinks it's ranked.
Should old rankings be ranked and ever ranked too? Should old rankings be ranked and ranked of old ranked sign
Thanks, Leslie. This is Talking Tongue we're on right now. But I love the bit. I might actually put that in the next ranked episode.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Yeah. You're calling in the wrong podcast right now.
Do you have any thoughts on Cats?
Yeah, you have any thoughts on Cats the movie before we hang up on you?
You're telling me I just burned a fucking gold ranked song on Talking fucking Tongue?
Yeah, probably your best one yet.
Sorry, buddy. That was
Yeah, it was really
But it
good.
doesn't
It's
count.
such a bummer.
Doesn't count for top 5 Leslie intros because that's just for ranked.
I fucking worked so hard.
Do you,
We miss you, buddy.
we miss you, buddy.
We miss
You
you,
can
man.
call back in a little bit if you'd like.
No, I'm going. I have a big cool thing to do today.
Well, we miss you, buddy.
Have fun.
Bye.
These two, I guess. Whatever. Goodbye.
Right Nation.
Bye.
Wow.
Oh, good to hear from
Wow.
Leslie.
What a guy.
Great bit, though. Great
Great bit.
Great bit.
Such a shame.
Wrong show.
Wrong show.
show.
Great bit.
Great bit.
A couple more to run through. Quiet Place got a teaser. Quiet
Oh,
Place
yeah.
2.
Oh, that's another
Wait,
one.
was there a
why
teaser?
why on earth is there a sequel to Quiet
I
Place?
agree.
I
agree.
fucking loved the first one, and
We also talked about the naming of that.
Oh my god, yeah. How the fuck is it not called A Quieter Place?
Yeah. It's not.
First of all, naming for movies sucks now. It always has.
Yeah.
Now it always has.
Yeah.
But that like I'm really worried, and this might only happen to a person like me, but I'm really worried that the second one's gonna make me dislike the first one retroactively. That stuff happens where you're
It
like,
does happen, yeah.
oh damn,
Like, it was a perfect thing until
Yeah.
you made a second one.
It's like okay.
Tenet. The trailer came out for that. That's
Oh,
Christopher
yes,
Nolan's
I did
new
watch
movie.
that.
Oh, did you guys?
I did
they
watch
play
that.
it in your theater?
No.
They played it in our theater before.
So you saw it.
Yeah.
And?
I didn't I didn't care what was going on.
Right.
If that's the part of the movie you chose to show me, I'm worried about that movie. You know, I didn't find it very intriguing or exciting. I just was like, I don't know who this is. I don't care what's happening here. That's all. It was cool,
I
though.
also didn't know what was going on. And I feel like that was the point. I
Yeah.
feel like I wasn't really supposed to. I was like, something time jumpy is happening. And
Yeah,
Robert
there's some
Pattinson
kind of-
was there. So I was like,
Oh, wait.
I'll probably
Robert
go see
Pattinson's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in that trailer.
it. He's like
Didn't they
this,
all have their faces covered?
Not at the end. No.
Oh.
they show a lot of him without his face. He's like buddy cop to the,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're cops.
I just
Well,
like the, you know.
Maybe I saw a different trailer. Because I didn't see a trailer. I saw a scene from the movie.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
There's an actual
I saw
trailer.
a snip. Yeah, okay, then I would love to see a trailer for it. I saw about a 4-minute snippet of the movie.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
we didn't
of
see
like
that.
these guys running an operation in like an opera house. And it was like,
Oh.
yeah. I was like, I don't care who this is. I don't know who this is.
I'm curious.
There is something weird going on with time. You're like, what? Wait, wasn't that just over there?
That's not what I saw.
Don't know if I want to see that, though. You probably will.
I will definitely see it. I love Christopher
yeah.
Nolan movies. I think they're.
I meant the clip.
I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan.
Yeah, it looks
I just feel
like Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. It looks like it's shot the
It feels
exact
like
same way.
It feels like a spiritual successor to Inception in my eyes. I think that's how the vibe
probably.
that I got
yeah.
from me.
Yeah. The font even was like, oh, okay, I get it. And it's a palindrome, and
Yeah.
part of it was upside down. So I'm like, okay, the whole movie. If the whole
But it's not a sequel.
I'm making
right?
a prediction here.
Yep.
I'm making a prediction here. If the movie turns out that the whole story is just a loop that just keeps going on over and over and over
What are
again,
you gonna do?
Fuck you, movie. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time with that bullshit.
Okay.
So, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I was just, did you guys watch that? What is it? Love's, Death, and Robots?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you guys
did you like the short that was like it? just
Oh, The
kept going?
Witness? No.
Yeah.
I thought it was beautiful. I thought the nudity in it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
The animation style was impossible to look away from. They did Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. But no, I didn't care for it
Yeah.
particularly.
All right.
No.
Did you like that one?
No.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah. That's my, yeah.
It was I always hear you guys talk about that show.
You haven't
There's-
seen it?
No, but there's always like things like-
I'm blown away just because you generally dive
Yeah,
into whatever
you
the most
like,
popular
look at-
thing
This
is.
was huge
When
in
it
my
came out,
studio.
yeah.
Really? It
When
wasn't
it-
that huge when in my
Oh my
studio.
No,
God.
dude. Oh, dude, really? When
Yeah.
it came out on Netflix, everyone was talking about it. Where were you?
I guess I was watching something better.
Yeah, you were sucking from the Disney teat.
That's right.
Probably.
Speaking of Disney, Deadpool 3 was announced.
Was it?
The only
Yep.
thing I'm curious about is what do they do?
New continuity, maybe, probably
New
not.
continuity. Is it rated R? Probably. Has to be.
It-
But
Wait, is this
Disney-
the first one
they've-
since Disney's owned
They've
it?
Yeah.
said that they'll keep it rated R.
That's good.
I hope they honor that promise.
Yeah. I wonder if like Mickey Mouse shows up. Probably not.
They did test out a
If they're
PG-13
gonna buy
version of
everything,
two.
they're not allowed
Yep.
to just dumb it all down to Disney level.
What do you mean?
That's-
Of course, that's all they do at everything.
I'm
And trust me,
respecting Disney less and less with every fucking
Good.
day.
But
you
they're
know?
not, they don't like on Disney Plus. They don't put.
They're gonna
Deadpool
control
movies
everything
on.
you watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read.
That's
I-
bad. That's
holy
bad.
shit, you guys! This is what I've been saying for years now.
I
And
guess
you
it was
guys
the
are all
guy-
like, "Don't worry about it. It's Disney. It's cool. Now the X-Men can be in." And yes, I love the X-Men, and I want to see them fight the Avengers. But you know, at what
Yeah.
cost?
at what cost?
It's true.
The
heavy
cost
heavy
is
cost.
this. Good segue.
I'm glad you're wary of them now.
I
though.
am.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean,
We should hold them accountable.
I'm
That's
always
all.
wary.
That's all.
There's like, this is like,
Dude, you
They're gonna
literally have
own
a
the
Disney
world.
tattoo on. You have a Disney Plus tattoo on your butt
I got
crack.
a Disney tramp stamp. But Angus, you're the one who drew it, so.
Well, yeah. You're lucky I honored the design.
And I told you to use an actual tattoo tool, and you decided
No.
to just use
Nope.
a knife.
Yep.
So that.
Knife and a broken pen. That's all. It's prison.
Oh,
Can I
man.
just say that Disney diehards are also the only people that really liked Frozen 2? I just need
Wow.
to. I just need to.
I didn't see
know.
Frozen 1 or 2.
I strongly disagree, but I
You
won't.
didn't. You didn't
Fair.
like 2.
I wanted. No, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Fair.
Oh, interesting. I want to come back to that
All right.
Well,
mentality.
Yeah.
we'll come back to this.
When we
maybe
talk
off
about
air.
Star Wars.
Oh well, I guess like yeah, that was the news. Frozen 2
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out.
Fuck it. Star
oh,
Wars.
guys. I don't know what to say,
Is Leslie calling again?
but here we go.
Okay. Well,
Yes, Leslie. No, still talking tongue. If you're gonna.
Talking tongue. Talking tongue. Talking tongue. Talking tongue. You put the talking into my tongue.
Okay.
You said my tongue talking when you're talking tongue. talking into my tongue. It goes tongue, 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 talking tongue, 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 talking tongue. I it's really hard on that other song, and now I'm doing it.
Hey man, that was great.
Oh,
That was
God.
They were both great songs.
Dude, it was a great effort. Oh, he
I'm.
hung up.
We're not.
He hung up on me.
We are truly poor, having lost him here in Ottawa.
Hey man,
It's true.
We are
It's
truly
true.
lesser. The world seems a little bit darker with him gone.
he keeps calling us.
You know
so.
what? He was singing.
really got-
I was staring at the poster.
Right, we have posters.
I was like, ah.
A few more here. We have
Okay.
Uncharted loses its 7th director.
Good. It doesn't need to be a movie.
7th director.
Doesn't need to be a movie.
Doesn't-
Whoa!
And
This
it's-
is gonna be a movie?
Yeah, and it certainly doesn't need to star Oscar Isaac or Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Neither of them is Nathan Drake. You don't need the movie. You don't need it.
It's crazy.
Sorry,
that
it's like my favorite video game
That's
franchise
fair.
like
That's
ever.
fair. That's fair.
It's just crazy that 7 directors. That's
Yeah, because not
Unheard of.
only do you how do you make a video game into a movie, but how do you specifically take a video game that was meant to be an emulation of a specific type of movie and make a movie without it just being like an Indiana Jones movie? Just fucking
It's
make
probably,
one of the
yeah.
So like minor segue then.
Please.
Because it also has to do with December and things.
Yep.
Is The Witcher.
Oh,
that
yes.
We're good on. Oh, is that?
That's
That's
the
Okay,
last.
I've only seen the first episode.
I've only seen the 3, 4.
Okay. With The Witcher.
He hasn't seen any of it yet.
No?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
I've been here.
Okay, so no one's gonna spoil shit for me. I have the power.
Yeah,
here.
you do have the power.
Fuck yes.
So
The Witcher is the most in-demand streaming show in the world right now. More
Really?
so than Stranger Things or Mandalorian. That's
Okay.
It's a pretty.
I'm
crazy
loving
statistic.
it. I am absolutely. I'm not gonna spoil anything for anyone,
Okay.
but I'm loving it.
I saw the first episode, and I'm gonna keep watching it. It
Yeah.
seemed really interesting, but there was most of that first episode was a fucking slog.
I've heard mixed things about
no,
this show.
I didn't find. I mean, I expect any show or movie or like book to get me into it. I expect a bit of
Yep.
a build up, you know.
My
And
friend
yeah,
said give it to episode 5, and I was like, "Fuck,
that's
that's
a no. I would.
He said
I would
he said for the
argue
story to
against
kind of like
that.
reveal itself.
Okay, sure.
But to like
it's
it,
very. You know what? I think it and the Mandalorian have a lot kind of in common. I
Well,
think they
yeah.
both are very episodic. It's not overarching, which we're so like used to now.
oh, it's not overarching.
Well, there are parts,
There's, like, a
but
loose
like they're
thread,
also
probably.
they're on their own. Like
That's
every
nice.
episode is its own thing, and I
Self-contained.
like
Cool.
that.
Adventure of the week.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fun, you know? You go into it expecting these over because I feel like I've just been watching nothing but that lately, and now all of a sudden Mandalorian and this come along, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like I can just like have fun watching a show. Like that's nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like The Witcher does that pretty well.
I'm just surprised, honestly. Like, I mean, I've heard mixed things about the show. I know people like it. I know some people didn't like it at all. But the most in-demand streaming show, that seems like a
Yeah, I find
pretty
that hard.
big
That's the thing.
bar.
Is
Like,
it's
what?
not that like it's good. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it by the end of it. Like
Yeah.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I liked the first episode. I just thought like a lot of it was kind of lame.
I'm having a good time.
There's like one specific fight scene in an alley in the first episode, and I was like, oh, okay, fuck it, I get it. But like I can't get in it without spoiling stuff
Fair.
for tongue. But it's it's parts of it look really cheap.
Yeah.
But that's
fair.
okay. It's a made for TV movie. Like it's
Fair
not.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
don't
like
know.
you know what I mean. It's not like
Yeah. Two last topics real quick here is Uncut Gems came out on Christmas.
haven't seen it.
Don't know-
I know nothing about it besides.
all I know is Sandler's in it, and apparently it's very good, and it's a very
yeah,
good
that's
Sandler.
the drama Sandler.
Yeah, they're
Sure.
talking about how Sandler's like, he's a good actor. He always has been. He's just always in really shitty movies.
always has
Yeah.
been.
He's a really good actor. He's just in shitty movies most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Grown Ups is not a good movie.
Is he a good actor in it though?
I feel like
I liked the first.
in those, like,
I watched it.
in
So
those, like,
I
Um,
never
it
watched them.
was fine.
what's his studio called?
Happy Madison?
Happy Madison.
Yeah.
Like that, like those types of movies, he always plays that same archetype, I think. So
That's
he doesn't
kind of all the movies. he
really
did, though.
gets to
Yeah.
like flex his stuff.
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
just, like, you know,
Man-child.
you
Yeah,
see
he's
his like
man-child.
better acting and say like, I think like Click, he like does a little
I
bit more
loved
with that
Click.
movie.
Okay, I thought I was gonna bring up Click because everyone in my high school fucking loved Click and cried their eyes out, and I was like, I get it, like it pulls the heartstrings.
Because you're a
but
droid, man.
I guess. I guess.
And Little Women came
That's
out.
why people treat me like garbage, and I'm like, I'm made of trash. I'm a droid.
Oh,
I'm
jeez,
fuck-
here we go.
I'm
Oh
joking.
my
It's a
God.
joke. It's a joke.
Little
Women.
Women
Little
came
Women.
out. It is
I
a
do wanna see that.
fantastic movie.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Greta Gerwig, director of Lady Bird. and an all-star cast. It's very good.
Brad and I have been talking. Okay, I can't say her name because I don't know how.
Saoirse.
Is it like
Saoirse.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. So
Saoirse
one of the
Ronan.
main Little Women girls
Yep.
or whatever, and she was also in
Little
Lady Bird.
Women
Yep.
girls?
We think she's gonna be like the next Meryl Streep.
She is
Like,
a phenomenal
yeah,
actress.
I feel like she's like gonna be the,
So
the
I looked
next
it up.
big
She's
actress.
25, and her like filmography
It's
is
insane.
huge.
It's insane.
And
She-
like all these like big ass movies are like
Yeah.
more Oscar contender movies. Are not like action movies. Although she was Hannah.
Oh, she was Hannah?
was the first,
I remember
yeah,
that.
She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Hannah, but she's done like very sophisticated type
the
movies.
first time I saw her was Atonement.
Brooklyn was
Yeah.
I think was.
I don't know if
know.
I've seen. I started Hannah. I think that's probably the only. I'd never finished.
I don't
it.
think it's very good. I never-
Really, you didn't like it?
I
mean,
yeah.
You like
Anyways,
every movie.
but we're talking about Star Wars today. Pew, 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 pew. But we can talk about hours and hours in Star Wars. Probably, probably not all good things, but I'd probably be I don't want to exhaust the
Why
audience.
did you look at me when you said not all good things?
Well, yeah.
yeah. So where do we start?
Where do we?
Yeah, what do
'cause
you
I
wanna-
have a thing here.
Because a new game came out. The Mando came out.
Oh yeah.
And the movie.
Oh my
came
God,
out.
we're so.
This has been-
There's so much Star Wars.
I think we're in a bubble of Star Wars where this is the peak of Star Wars for a little while. They're going to give us a little bit of a break.
You think
right?
Will
Star-
we get a
wait.
breather?
Well, because the movies are definitely on break for a while. They said
Yeah.
that.
Oh, when
we
you
just,
mean peak though, you don't mean the best it's ever
no,
been.
I
You
just mean like
a
you know
high
how we've
point
gotten
for-
so much Star Wars.
Oversaturated.
Even
Bingo.
in the last year, we've got Mando, Rise of Skywalker, and the new game Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, and all of them are like pretty big things to have come out in
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
year
yeah.
for one property that is.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we're able to like step away and maybe like just dole out like mini Star Wars stuff.
I mean,
like,
I can speak to the game super quickly.
Sure.
I haven't played too much of it yet. I've played probably 6 hours of it maybe. I'm enjoying it. It's cool. It's good. It's not super polished, but Respawn did a great game. It's got some fun cinematics and some fun. It makes you feel like a Jedi. You're using your Force powers, using a lightsaber. It's good to fine. It is like a 7 out of 10. That's the kind of thing.
That's
it's like
what Brad's been saying. He's like, it's fun. I'm having a good time. The like fighting is a little choppy.
Oh, is he playing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
I've heard the story pays off though. That
The
it is
story,
a good
the story is very basic. Well, not basic. It's very basic Star Wars, where it's like, yeah, it's not too convoluted.
Yep.
You kind of get a sense of where it takes place in the timeline. It's good.
So where do we want to begin here? Because we can talk for hours, but
Can we talk-
Mandalorian or
Let's start
the
with-
main?
Let's end on
maybe-
Mando, I think, because we're
End
gonna have
on
the
Mando?
You're right. We
I
should
think
end on
we should- I think
Mando.
we
We
should
should
end
end
on
on Mando.
On a collective high, where like
Yeah.
I'm not okay. Let's go with Rise
Let's
of Skywalker.
not
I
all
have a couple-
shit on everything.
Rise of
Yeah,
the
let's make
Skywalker.
a
Tom,
pact,
what did you
right?
think?
Let's make a pact right now that we're gonna do our best not to shit on everything because Star Wars.
Why?
Well, we can shit a little
Why?
bit. I feel like
Because Disney bought you? Did Disney pay you?
Disney bought me. I told you. I showed you my tramp stamp.
I made it. They didn't pay me. You paid me.
Sam, but we were talking about this a little bit. Like,
All
I feel
right.
like if you hear other people talk about Star Wars, I think there's a fine line of like this is tolerable.
It can get
to, like,
toxic.
super toxic, or very exhausting.
It is exhausting because, and I feel like the franchise like really depends on like how big of a diehard are you going
Yeah.
into it too? Like what were your expectations? This and that. And yeah, and like we were just talking about before too, if Disney's buy you and you're like, I'm gonna like it no matter what. Like I don't know. I just feel like the last three specifically, like you can make an argument that none of them were good. Like
Sure.
you know.
And I would.
yeah, exactly.
Well, no, sorry. Not good is not fair to say.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are all fine.
Yeah.
Even the one that's the weakest, I would say the 8th one, is still it's a competently made movie. You know?
I
Like,
just
it's
think-
directed well. I just don't like what they did with it.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. And I think the Star Wars
like it.
fandom is just a weird
No, I know you
place.
liked it, man.
Yeah.
Because everyone's all. I feel like Star Wars, the whole thing is it's so fantasy, it's so this and that. You can really pick and choose what you like out of it. And like my one
Yeah.
girlfriend who is a diehard, reads all the books, plays all the games, she's so in deep. And her favorite one is the 8th one. That is
Yeah.
her of the 9 she ranks. That's
Sure.
like her.
That's a lot of people.
And her last favorite is the newest
Really?
one.
Yeah, it's very polarizing. Like this,
Yeah.
there's
Fair
a
enough.
lot of people who think the 8th one's the best. Out
Which
of
is
all of them.
insane to me because I hated it.
And I liked
hated
a
it.
lot
I
of it. I
hated
know
it.
you guys did, but we're not talking about the 8th one.
All right.
But I will.
But that's the thing, is it makes for better radio because we
Oh
had
no!
no.
Here we go.
Oh.
No! I'm not trying to cut you off. Leslie.
No, it's
is.
okay. Leslie's cutting me off again. Can I take this one?
Yep.
Hey, Leslie, I was just in the middle of making a really good point. What's up, man?
Am I on the air?
You're on the air. Yeah, you're on the air. You're on the air.
Listen. I realized I was a little emotional earlier.
Yep.
In fact, I'm taking a walk right now to cool.
Are you
things
outside?
off, but I am. But I just wanted to say the reason I'm so emotional is not because my song was wasted, even though it was. It is because I have been unfairly banned from ranked by the heinous actions of one Tongue Law.
Wait, hang on.
Okay, well.
I can't take it anymore. It has to be known. I've not been unranked just because I moved cities. Ranked Nation, Talking Tongue Nation, whoever the fuck I'm speaking to.
It's the same nation.
It's Samantha Leggatt Nation now.
Unfairly banned. Banned.
No, you're not.
And it doesn't feel good, and that's why I'm crying. So, good luck talking about fucking Irishmen or whatever the fuck you're talking about. Anyway,
We're talking about Star Wars. We're talking about Star Wars. Leslie, did you see the new Star Wars?
No, he hates Star Wars. And he hung up. Yeah, that's literally his opinion. He hung up on it.
So I think Leslie, I love that. I fucking miss him so much.
Well, he says I banished him. That's not true. He's welcome back anytime.
How amazing would
Once
it
he gets
be
out of the
if he
cage.
we were hearing him outside and then he showed up
came
at the
up.
door?
He walked to Ottawa.
It would be so amazing.
It'd be a great bit.
It would be a great bit.
So sorry. I think what I was getting at was that the passion that we feel, even though a negative energy towards the Last Jedi is, or not, Last Jedi
Yeah.
is so much more passionate than Rise of the Skywalker. I thought it was fine. It was
fine.
middle of the pack, and I thought the middle third of it was like really boring, and I don't remember what happens in the middle of it. I remember the ending. I remember thinking like, oh, they could have been a little shorter.
Oh, by the way, we will be going spoilers if you haven't seen it. Obviously, Rise of Skywalker or
Okay.
Mandalorian.
Let's start off with some good points. Do you want to start off with good points or
I'll bring
bad
up some
points?
stats of what I got here. Rise of some stats. Rise of Skywalker, 55% on Rotten. Of course, the review sites.
Right.
Take it with a grain of salt. But Rise of Skywalker,
Critic review.
55% Rotten Tomatoes, 86% with the audience. Last Jedi, completely opposite. 91% critic review, 43% audience.
Yeah.
And then Force Awakens is completely just like more or less even on both sides. 93% with critics and 86% with the audience. So I find that's. I mean, whatever. It's
I never know what to make of those because there are times where I agree with the critics and there are times I agree with the audience.
That's all.
But isn't like it sucks? But isn't like
So here's
the
a
customer always right? You know what I mean?
Bigger.
If you're really good, shouldn't it be like unanimous? Anyway?
Here's an easier
know.
metric to
I
go
guess.
off of.
I maybe not.
What's up?
but-
Is money. How much money did it make compared to others?
Yeah.
So it still made a fuck ton of money, is what I wrote.
Obviously,
but
though.
it made the least amount of money out of all the trilogy.
Ooh,
the
that is
trilogy
interesting.
And the new one. So Force Awakens
Yeah.
made the most.
Lost people.
I think they knew that was coming.
Last
so
Jedi. and
Last
then-
Jedi burnt a lot of bridges.
and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I know
right?
a lot of people who did not want to give their money to this one.
I
and
didn't. I wasn't going to go.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was like, oh, "Come on, I've seen all the other ones. Let's go see it." I've seen every Star Wars movie in theaters. I didn't feel compelled to go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got the tickets, I was even the day of. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna see Star Wars today." But like, I'm not a diehard Star Wars fan. I've seen all of them multiple times. But Star Wars at its best is still just fine. Like, it's good, but I don't take it as seriously as like some
But
other
honestly,
fans.
I've never been a diehard. I didn't see 1, 2, 3 at all. I like saw the other ones, and I don't know if I've even seen the like Luke, I am your father one all the way through.
Empire Strikes Back, please. It has
He
to
just
be.
says, "I'm your father."
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't say Luke, I am your father. He says, "No, I am your father."
Here we go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's
okay.
it. Famously misquoted.
Whoa. Well, see, then I clearly haven't seen it.
Maybe we
So,
No. Mandela effect. Everyone who's seen it still thinks it's Luke. It's whatever.
All right. Well, whatever. All I'm saying is I'm not a crazy diehard Star Wars
Sure.
person, and going into these, I'm like, I'm just looking to be entertained, like, you know.
So entertained. Were you entertained with Rise of Skywalker?
This one I was, and that's what I'm saying. Going into the last one, like The Last Jedi, I was not entertained. I was like mad that I was watching it. And this one, I felt good. I was like having a good time. I really, and even like things that were like fan servicey, they like, I choked up a bit. I was like feeling things, and I was like, I don't even care that much, and this is like resonating with me. So
I didn't realize. I pointed out to Sarah after we saw this. I was like, "Oh, the music for that movie really does a lot of the legwork." Because there was a moment where a character dies. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about spoilers?
Sure.
So when Leia dies,
Yeah.
they play this big music swell, and I could feel my throat like choking up a little bit, but I knew that I wasn't feeling any emotion at all. I wasn't not any emotion at all. Like I just wasn't feeling like sad.
Yeah, music will do that.
But I will say I did cheer out loud at one point.
Where?
And I gotta
Yeah,
say,
say it. Go ahead. Go
can
ahead.
I please
Yes.
share it? So probably my favorite moment of the movie, and this is maybe the kind of I don't know. It felt like the right move. So after, who does he get it from? Does he get it from Leia? Either way, Chewie gets a medal.
Yes.
Chewie finally gets a medal,
He gets
and he gets Han's
I forget
medal.
who gets. Who,
Yeah.
Is it Leia that gives it to him?
No, because she's dead.
No,
No, because she's dead.
dead.
So it's her like no. She,
No, it's that little lady
Oh, it's
played by
Maz.
Lupita.
yes,
or whatever.
his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Chewie's girlfriend.
Maz? Isn't it Maz that gives it to it? Chewie's girlfriend.
Chewie's a girlfriend.
Did you guys not watch Force Awakens?
What?
She says that
Are they
that's
banging?
I don't know. She says that that's her. She says that Chewie's her boyfriend.
I've seen
Missed
Force
that,
Awakens
man.
a couple times. I don't remember that.
I'm fairly certain. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking about my fan fiction. I'm fairly certain, though. I think it's a joke. But
Okay,
like,
sure.
She
Okay,
definitely
sure,
says, like,
yeah,
oh, this is my
sure.
boyfriend, Chewie. But yeah, that was my favorite one. It made me cheer. I went, yeah! In the theater.
It's a
It
very
was,
small
it was
thing.
good.
And
Yeah.
see, that resonated. Brad was like, "Yeah, you didn't need to do that." And I feel like that's the thing with Star Wars.
I'll tell you what
Everyone's
they didn't need to
wanted.
do.
What didn't they?
Yeah,
need
they always.
to do?
Star Wars fans don't know.
Because I
what they
have one
want.
that I really like.
Can you share your... Oh, yeah, no, share something you really liked. Because I have a moment that I think is just really stupid
But
and
I'm
bad.
afraid that it's going to be the same moment now.
Go ahead.
No, truly, no one... I doubt anyone liked the moment that I'm going to complain about.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
I'm
Do your
going to
thing.
be that one
It's okay.
person.
Go ahead, Sam.
Okay, so it was like a fan servicey thing that I thought worked, but again, not being like huge into it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm so like nervous.
What?
Okay, so when
It's okay.
Kylo Ren's on the boat and I forget what's going. Oh, when he's seeing Han Solo,
Yeah.
who's like not a ghost, even though I guess only Jedis get to be like ghosts.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's in his
He's
mind.
not a
I
blue
don't
guy.
know. I guess
think
he's
it's
in
just
I think he's just talking
figment
to a
of his-
memory.
yeah,
But
memory,
anyway.
yeah.
Sure, but well, in that case, the moment doesn't really play as well as if it was a ghost. But anyways, so when he's like talking to him and like clearly. I feel like Ben Solo's going through some shit. He's like the one thing I actually really like about the new ones. He's like the best part of
He's
it.
really good. He's
very
And
good.
when he's like just silent, like looking at Harrison Ford, and he's all like, "I know." I was like, because
That-
to me, that
so
like
that
I
moment
cried.
got
I
me
was
choked
like,
up for real.
Oh no!
No,
like,
that's a good moment.
It is a beautiful
good.
moment.
It's a
I
great
was
moment,
like-
and Harrison Ford comes back, and you don't feel bad for him.
Yeah.
You're like, no, this is a good moment. It's
Yeah.
a better, you know.
and they play back like the same like
When he kinda-
dialogue as the
that's-
Force Awakens.
That's
too.
why I'm curious. That's why I think he might be just a memory rather than a force
Yeah.
ghost. Because I'm fairly certain he only says things that he said in that scene. Doesn't he just repeat his lines from that scene, but in a slightly different tone?
I don't know if that's.
I haven't seen them
true.
enough.
I know.
I know.
Ben
yeah,
does. He
sorry,
says, you know,
Ben. Kylo's dead.
Well, so yeah. So two things.
Go ahead.
Oh, Tongue, do you want to share something you really liked about it?
I'm trying to think. So the movie itself, I did think it was fine, like it was good. But in terms of standout moments, I didn't really have any that was.
No, that's-
Oh, I guess there's that one moment at the end that I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. It was telegraphed, but I did like when Rey puts the lightsaber behind her back and then Kylo gets it.
I liked that,
I
too.
liked it. I know it's like a cheap
yeah,
thing.
no,
but I
that was
like, that's
earned.
pretty
That was
sick.
earned. That was something
I thought that was
I think
earned.
it's stupid that the Force can do that, but they earned it. They set up the rules.
Yeah,
that-
Well,
They
they
set
set
it
out
up.
the
Can teleport
dyad
instant-
rules, which are new to me. Like the whole.
Oh, do you think that's just because they're a dyad?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
That's how I felt because they have
Equal and
a-
opposite forces.
Yeah.
So that gets me to one other thing that I think would have made it slightly better, but I also could see an unsavory group of people making the same complaint.
Sure.
So I'll get to that in just a sec. One of the things that I thought was really dumb and unnecessary, they had this great moment where so C-3PO they have to erase C-3PO's memory to get something. They have to lose something to
Yeah.
get something. It's a very simple storytelling rule. If you get something for free, it's not earned and it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. So he loses his memory. He looks at his friends and he says something that I found very touching. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to look at my friends one last
last
time.
time.
And he's going to forget them.
From Babu Frick.
Essentially dying for a droid. So then they've got the classic Disney bathos of like, oh, wait, I think I found another way to do it. They ruin a beautiful moment with a so-so joke.
Yeah.
And then moments later, they give him his memory back. So what the fuck was the point?
Did he get his memory back?
Yes. And that's the thing, they even say, they're like, oh, C-3PO, or R2-D2, he's like, oh, his memory is notoriously unreliable. We can't, they
Right,
use that as an
right.
out. They specifically use it as an out so that they know they can't get his memory back. And then he goes up to R2, and he gets part of his memory
Yeah,
back.
it's not a
But
full, but he gets.
it's
he
so
gets-
Yeah,
it does
'cause
ruin that. Yeah.
It's you know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I
And then
agree.
the other thing was
Mandalorian did it better. We'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to that. We'll
They
get
did.
to it.
We'll
They
get
did.
to it.
Yeah.
Bold last episode. We'll get to it. One last thing that I really thought could have been something better, just because the bond between Rey and Ben is kind of what's important there.
Yep.
Which I think, I think that's the fact that they're a dyad, the fact that they are like two sides of one whole entity, basically. I would have much rather seen them in the climax work together to defeat whatever the lightning with the two lightsabers, rather than just have her hold both of them and have him flung into a hole. I think it was great. I didn't think it was great. I think it was fine. I was sitting there being like, this isn't a thing you've set up. I don't really know what's happening here. You're just shining a bunch of lights at me. I'm not a child, but it's Star Wars. So
yeah, I also agree with that. I do wish
good.
Ben
I was really
I wish
worried.
Ben would have done anything, even like held her back and like pushed
Literally,
her.
yes, like support her in some way.
I don't understand that because before the very end of the movie where she says I'm a Skywalker, which I have problems with, but anyways, I really thought I thought the rise of Skywalker up until the very last line was like, oh, it was. Like Ben Skywalker. It was like his journey. He was the Skywalker that rose up to. I think it actually means both. Is what it's a dual meaning kind of thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't Jedi moving forward. They were Skywalkers, but who fucking knows?
Anyways, I also agree with that.
But I would have, because that's clearly what we've been building to, was have the two of them work together.
Ben didn't get to be a ghost.
No,
Ben didn't get to do anything except for wake her up. Oh, that's the other thing, Sam. I wanted to ask you this because, how do you feel about their kiss? Is it earned? Because he basically abused her and mentally violated her in the first couple movies.
Okay, but I also was like, if they didn't kiss, I was like gonna be mad too.
Kiss.
Yeah, like no, the
kiss.
only thing I got out of the second movie that I hated was like, oh well, they're building a tension here that I like need to see a payoff. And if they didn't pay that off, I would have been like,
oh man, the one where their hands almost touch. That's a great scene.
This is interesting to me because I thought when I first saw, it, I was like, what? They kissed, and then like I thought about it for like 5 seconds, like, oh, it makes sense because the way they interacted, but other people have told me that they saw their relationship as like brother sister, or they never saw any of that. So it's interesting.
Oh no, they definitely had to fuck.
No, it was not brother sister.
And that's what I thought.
There's a fandom on like Instagram. Like I had so much Reylo art on my feed.
One of my great friends at work too thought cried for hours after the end of Rise of Skywalker. They thought it was a great movie, but it was because Ben dies at the very end that she ended up crying because she was mad at the writers for having to kill off this character. Not because she just thought he should have lived.
This is one other thing I would have liked, because they're a dyad. I would have liked to either see them both live or both die.
Sure.
I would have liked to see something about their force. They're tied together in a universal way. But whatever, like
he does give her like all his life.
Well, that's the thing. Like I also, and we'll talk about it in Mando, which maybe this is a good segue to Mando.
Yeah,
I think introducing Force as the ability to heal something, I think is a dangerous precedent, like a dangerous thing to establish, because it's going to remove all stakes from movies.
Right. I want to see what it seems is very draining because you give your life energy in that's what they explain.
Like he literally dies to keep her alive.
But you Baby Yoda, just the child.
Yeah.
Just
But
gets a little sleepy.
In the prequel movies,
maybe he's got
they were
more
talking about how
he lives longer though.
Anakin was supposed to go to the Emperor to learn how to basically save Padme. And to do so, he had to go to the dark side. But it turns out you didn't have to do that at all. You could have just been a really good Jedi and healed people.
Well, and so here's the thing. Here's one of the, and this is why I kind of touched upon of like, I don't want to make the same argument as a bunch of trolls on the internet. However, Rey doesn't have any training. Rey's learning her thing. Yeah. She does have training now, which was great. I love that we've never seen a Jedi complete their training, which I kind of appreciate, because it's like, well, you're never fully ready to be a Jedi. That's how you learn to be a Jedi, is by fucking being a Jedi and doing it. But yeah, there's just these things where these people instantly know how to do things, and maybe that's just a Star Wars thing.
That's a Star Wars thing.
I feel like Luke sucked with a lightsaber for like the first 2 movies, and then that's why I love the third one when he fights Darth Vader. He still loses, but it's like, it's pretty good. Like
he trains pretty quick in that swamp.
Oh, well, isn't that over years though? Like,
is that over years?
I don't know about years, because they're doing light speed travel. That's the thing, is once you start to explain the science of it, because you're like, oh well, we keep cutting between his training and Han and Leia on the Falcon zipping around the universe. well, if they're moving at light speed, then time is passing, and you can't think about it
I
too
think
much.
with Star Wars in general, especially this movie, I liked it when I watched it, but the more you think about it, the more you can pick
Just
apart
don't
about
think
it.
about
so
it.
it's better to not.
Well, that's why it's
Yeah.
fantasy and not
Right?
science fiction.
So I try not to think about it,
Yeah.
except for a few points here before we move on to
Sure.
Mando. Is that I don't love what they did with Finn at the very end of this trilogy.
I didn't give
think-
a fuck about Finn
What, is that
like
he's
the whole
force sensitive?
time.
No, that's fine. I wish he said that.
Was that what he's gonna say?
That's
when
what JJ confirmed that was what he was supposed to say. Was that he was force
Is
sensitive.
there a reason
to Rey.
they didn't?
I have no
put it
idea.
in the movie?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's his
Sounds
stupid
lame.
mystery box thing. I fucking
yeah.
hate
I
J.J.
did not like.
Abrams.
I did
yeah,
not like.
I
Sorry,
feel
guys.
like I don't care
He
for him
sucks.
either.
I think we could have had a better perspective on Finn though, because like him coming from a stormtrooper background could have been very interesting, which they set up in Force Awakens. But more so that in this movie, all he does is complain of where is Rey. So he's just.
because in the last movie he went on some side adventure that nobody gave a fuck about.
I
Also,
know,
No
but
one
Kelly,
gave a
are we
fuck
going to
about
talk
because
about
it didn't mean anything.
Kelly
I
Marie
disagree.
Tran not being in
But-
this movie? Because people are all up in arms about that too.
Exactly.
And
I
it's
also
like,
they didn't
Well,
write-
so here's the thing. She's the one that got bullied off of Instagram.
yeah,
and
yeah.
she was fine in the second movie. I don't know why people were mean. Well,
I don't know why people
were
mean
just mean to
either.
her because it's the internet.
Yeah.
But I noticed she's in the movie. I wasn't sitting there being like, oh, we need to know more about this character.
no, me either.
I heard a
don't know.
theory
I
that she
feel
was
like-
secretly a spy, like an Empire spy, and I was like, oh, I fucking love this idea.
I wish
It'd be great, but no.
It feel like they're really just sidelined her character. I don't need her to be a main character in the new movie. It's more like anything that happened in the previous movie, JJ seemed to have been just like, no,
Yeah,
it's
that
whatever.
didn't happen.
And it didn't feel good because it's like, okay, you could have had one throwaway line to say, Finn and I had a relationship and it didn't work out or anything. Because she kissed him at the end of the movie and basically told him that she loved him.
It's
and
true.
that's not even addressed
Yeah.
whatsoever in this movie, right?
Well,
So-
I mean, people kiss me and tell me they love me all the time, and I just say later, and then I go off and hang out with Poe, Oscar Isaac.
I love Oscar Isaac, but yeah, I feel like I feel like both of their. It would have been more interesting if even the actors themselves feel like they should have been together, right?
I agree.
There's
I
like
mean, I
there's
forgot
more.
that they kissed. I literally thought she died at the end of the last one. That's what I
So-
thought happened. And then I was like, oh, wait.
One of the
all
parts
right.
of
Give me
Return
Finn
to-
and Poe.
One of the parts.
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, fucking have them kiss
Fuck
at the end.
yeah.
That
Finn
would
and
be
Poe.
awesome.
They like,
That's what I'm
they
saying.
were so close to. I was like, just
That's what I'm saying.
Just
Those two
kiss.
Those two
Just
actors
kiss.
That'd be fucking
played.
awesome.
They played those two characters in the way that there might be like an
I could
underlying
see them.
romance. I saw an interview with Oscar Isaac being like, "Yeah, I would have been down for that, but the Disney overlords, I guess they didn't really want
Fucking
that."
Disney,
so,
man.
And he literally said
Fucking
Disney
Disney.
overlords.
Amazing.
Well, did you see? But there was a same-sex kiss on screen.
There
but
was,
it was like,
and that was
and-
cut in China or something.
Yeah,
or,
well,
like,
of
yeah,
course
of
it
course
was.
not.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
Yeah, of course.
but I would have loved to see Finn and Poe.
I
together,
would have.
for sure.
I would have lost my shit.
Oh no, I
in
would have been like,
theaters.
boom, best Star Wars movie. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I just would have loved it.
I would have like fainted. Like,
Yeah,
I
would've
would
been
have
good.
been.
So, oh god, I think one of the things I liked about Return of the, or what was it, Last Jedi, was the Poe's arc in it was that he was just like, I'm like a hotshot pilot, and he just keeps getting his own people killed and killed and killed and killed, and he ends the movie in a low point. He fucked up and he didn't save anyone, and he fucked up and he didn't plan ahead enough. And then this movie ends with him leading a bunch of people into battle. They all die, and then a bunch of space like he didn't. He like you've got this pilot, and there's always been interesting pilots in the Star Wars universe and these military commanders, and you don't get to see him grow into a general like Leia. Like he should have at the end done something that like Leia would have done. You know what I mean? Because
Sure.
he was clearly like her
He was,
pupil.
like, yeah.
He was her pupil basically.
Yeah.
She was teaching him whether he knew it or not. She was teaching him how to be.
He
a
would have
good
been the
military leader.
commander, yeah.
Yeah,
Of the
but
whole
it's like he's just like, I'm sorry, everyone. Which I loved that part of the movie, and I got goosebumps when all the ships showed up and the theme swelled.
Oh yeah, that
But
part.
that's
I was like, oh.
It's another part where I'm like, oh, the music's doing a lot of heavy
Yeah.
legwork
Oh,
for this
yeah.
fucking movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a great scene.
We'll move on to Mando just because I know we're already going long.
One last thing.
one last
about
thing, go ahead.
Palpatine. So was he a clone or is he?
Palpatine,
fucking
without
cares?
the actual because in the books.
Do you think
whatever,
they rushed
apparent-
him back in because Snoke was dead?
So in the books, apparently he kind of has like a Horcrux thing going on, like in Harry Potter. I know you
Yeah.
don't watch that, but
No, I know what a
But
Horcrux
like
is.
basically, he put his life force into something else, and that's how he keeps living.
Okay, I thought
I
it was-
don't
I
know
thought
what
it was
that robot
clones in the
thing.
book.
Yeah, it's
Because clones
life
are already
force
a
into
thing.
clones.
Well,
I
that's the
think.
thing is, that's what he was supposed to do with he was going to merge with her, and he was basically going to take over Rey and become.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I don't
ridiculous.
know
I also
either.
think again, I don't want to be negative on it, but I also think
Why not?
you should have, because I feel like I can go on forever if I do go into this hole. But basically,
True.
Palpatine, if you're gonna make him the big bad, then plant the seed in Force Awakens. And I think
Yeah.
the biggest problem with the Force Awakens trilogy, this whole trilogy, is it seemed to
Ryan Johnson.
No, I don't believe that.
Ryan?
I do like Last Jedi, but I think that it was directionless. Like it didn't know where it wanted to go.
Well,
Like
it
there
had
was
two
no
directions, yeah.
point A to point B. Like it was just like all over the place. And every other movie was an antithesis to the previous movie. So
Do
Force
you
Awakens happens,
think-
similar. Last Jedi is supposed to like turn everything
Yeah.
on its head, and then Rise of Skywalker puts it back.
Maybe not if he directed it, but do you think if George Lucas was given the creative reins of the trilogy, do you think it would have turned out better?
I feel like it would have had
Like he's
a
not
clearer
directing anything,
direction.
he's like an executive producer.
I feel
yeah.
like the story would have there would have been like
Yeah.
a straight line of like this is what I wanted to work.
Well, he would have
towards.
made it about the wills,
Yeah.
so
My
little too far, I
diehard
think.
fan was super upset that Rey was a Palpatine. She thought that in The Last Jedi they set it up a lot like she's a
Oh,
nobody. It's
interesting.
a
Last
nobody.
Jedi has some really interesting concepts.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, nope, she's Palpatine's granddaughter, and
mean,
she ended up in the same place
a
she
couple.
started.
I liked that she was not
Nobody.
important.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to
That's a
set
good
up.
thing.
It
that
would have
anyone could
been,
be-
yeah.
And then this movie's like, nah, just kidding. Everybody important come from the same three families.
But
Well-
then she also ends up alone in the desert, just like she started.
And she buries her two lightsabers. I don't gotta
Doesn't
say,
make sense.
She didn't. We don't get to see. Why don't we get? It's so cool. Why don't we get to see a Jedi build their own lightsaber?
Yeah.
They cut it out of Jedi.
I read a thing. It doesn't make sense to bury Leia's lightsaber in Tatooine. She didn't. She was a slave.
Also, why do they keep referring to the blue lightsaber as Luke's? It's not Luke's. It's Anakin's. Luke's was green. He built it in Jedi.
there we
It's
go.
his own. It's very important when a Jedi builds their own lightsaber.
Star Wars,
It's a
man.
fundamental part of
Star
their.
Wars.
See,
And
it's
we
just
never
not
see it.
cohesive.
And
It's
we
just
never
not
see it.
cohesive.
She's
We'll
got a
always-
sweet yellow blade, and we never see
Yeah.
her put that yellow crystal in and snap it closed and then turn it on. That's all I need to see. Show me them fucking building. It's like a main event at the new thing they have at Disney World. Why not fucking put it in the movie? It's
Hey,
a
man.
fucking toy commercial.
I
right
agree.
there.
I
It
agree.
looks
Why show
cool.
us the lightsaber anyway?
Show me making the lightsaber. Me.
Here, okay.
Show Ray. I'm not.
What are very quickly? Doesn't have to be anything big, but what do you think the top couple Star Wars movies is? For like, if you had to rank them real quick.
I'm not.
And not
hardcore
in any
enough.
not in any order. I would say the original trilogy.
Sure.
I would say Rogue One, and that's probably it. The other ones I
think so,
think
like-
would all below those.
Yeah, I would go Rogue One at the very, very top, and then
That's fair. It's very good.
Yeah, it is
Empire.
good.
It's a bit of a downer. I'd rather watch Return of the Jedi and end on a happy note, but that's just the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, I didn't
Fair.
really care for Return of the Jedi.
I know,
It's
most
okay.
people don't.
Yeah,
I don't really know
you don't
them
really
well
know,
enough. I've,
or
like,
you care.
barely
Yeah,
seen them.
and just to fuck with you guys, I do think Last Jedi is in like the top 5. So,
Yeah, I know. But yeah.
but yeah, then you're comparing it to like. I also don't
Well,
think New Hope is very good. These
I
days.
never really cared
Yeah.
for any of them. So
Rogue One.
yeah, I enjoyed that.
Why are you on this episode?
I don't know. You asked me
Because
to
we're
be
gonna
here,
talk
and I
about-
was like, I have feelings.
Because you like Baby Yoda, and we're
I
talking.
love
Mando,
Mandalorian. I love
let's do this quick.
Mandalorian.
How long have we been going?
Oh, like probably an hour, but this is
Jesus.
Leslie's fault.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. We all saw the
Thank
last
God.
episode.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
God it invented the genre of space western. Thank God. Ugh.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm
sense
here
the
for it.
sarcasm
I'm
there?
100%
Yeah, it's great.
sold on
Yeah.
this.
It's great.
Yeah.
Angus, do you want to talk about it? Are
Talk
you being
about what?
sarcastic? Obviously, you're being sarcastic. But
Oh,
yeah.
that's a little throwaway thing.
Do people believe that they invented? I don't think
Well,
so.
there are younger people that are like, "Oh my God, it's like a western in space." It's like, "Fuck you." Watch fucking Firefly.
Yeah,
Watch
Firefly
fucking
did that.
Cowboy Bebop did it before Firefly.
Sure.
There's lots of precedent for it.
Sure.
The old ones are even like western / samurai movies. So it is what it is.
So
It's more
Mando.
of just Mando's great.
Yeah.
Mando's
Mando is
quite
great.
good. I wish it's very simple and across the plate. I don't mean that as an insult. It's a crowd pleaser. It
Yep.
doesn't make you think too hard,
Nope.
which is fine. Just
No.
totally fine. I wish the worst things we saw on TV were Mando quality.
Yeah.
I am not going to suck Mando's dick. Sorry for the
You don't want to suck Pedro Pascal's dick.
No, I do want to suck Pedro Pascal's dick. I just don't want to suck the show's dick.
Oh, okay.
I just don't think. I don't know. It's good. It's good.
It feels like it has a direction
I just
for
hope
me.
they don't
I
get
like
cocky.
it. I like the opening. I get excited to watch the credits. I like from start to finish. I am so entertained that it's like, I mean, that's all I
It's
want
good.
out of it. It's like every episode, I'm like, oh, I'm here to just like have a good
Yeah.
time, and I do.
Makeup looks great.
Yeah.
Costumes look great. CG looks great at times. I think the Mudhorn The Mudhorn sequence, the fight with the Mudhorn is probably my favorite part of the whole
they
show.
look good.
Was that the second episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the
Second.
With the big
Second.
machine and the
Yeah.
Yoda
Yeah, yeah.
stops him? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a machine, it's a monster.
but I do like the practical
That's what I
effects that they put in Mando. Like it looks really good.
I think
but
it
yeah,
looks
there is
good.
like some good there's some iffy CG for sure. But
Tung, can you and I talk about the long form improv scene that's in the last episode with Adam Pally and Jason Sudeikis?
sure,
What did you think of that?
I liked
We
it.
were sitting next to each
I
other, and I
liked
was like,
Is that the opening?
Yeah,
no, it's not the opening.
the opening
It's
of the last
it's
episode.
It's the two.
Yeah.
Is that the opening?
Yeah, that is the
Yeah,
opening.
of the last
Oh wow,
episode.
it starts on that. Yeah,
It
yeah.
starts on that.
It's the two guys on. It's
Yeah.
Sudeikis and
What do
Adam
you think
Pally.
about that, Sam?
It is Sudeikis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah, I
listening to
recognize
the
his
voice.
voice.
I thought one was Taika Waititi because wasn't he someone in
he
that?
He
No,
directed
it.
Oh, I saw his name in the credits somewhere for something else. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
Wait, did he voice the robot?
I think he voiced
IG-11.
someone.
IG-11 he voiced.
So which was
He's
IG-11?
the
The
family
like nurse
robot.
bot?
Yeah, nurse bot.
Oh, he's Nurse Bot. Okay. Anyways, I liked the opening. It was tonally a little different. It was not something I expected to see.
Yeah.
Which I.
If it wasn't so good, I would have really rolled my eyes.
Yeah, it was really good though.
Because it's a pretty serious show, more or less.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting it, and I like when shows give me something I'm not expecting, and I'm like, oh, especially if it's done well, which this was.
Gina
so
Carano's great in it.
I feel like her acting's like not
Okay,
super
no,
great,
sorry,
but
sorry.
like
She's great in the last episode. Sorry, I meant specifically the last episode.
Yeah, there's
not so
sometimes
good in
she's
that
trying to
first
be
one.
emotional, and I'm like, I know you're not an actress, so I don't like. I'm not coming down on her.
the
She's good in her part.
shock trooper.
Technically, she is an actress.
Is
She's
she?
shock trooper.
She's acting in a TV show.
Oh, sorry.
We're talking about the same person.
She was, yes, she was.
She was a fighter, wasn't she? That's what I
Yeah,
was
she was
told.
an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
She's a very good MMA fighter.
Yes, exactly, and I buy that.
What was I going to say? Well, yeah, she's like one of only the 3 female characters in the show, Tung.
Okay, I'm
Come on,
genuinely
Tom.
quick asking.
What are you asking?
Oh, no, if she was the shock trooper.
Well, she could have been like.
I loved how they killed. I hate that they had to do it, but I loved how they killed Nick Nolte's character off, the little guy.
Oh, I know.
I liked it. I liked that a lot.
I was sad.
Yeah.
I was sad when they killed that droid off.
Didn't expect the shock trooper to live. Didn't expect Carl Weathers to live. Truly thought we were just gonna get the little guy and the nurse bot going off with him as his like crew moving forward. Because I figured once I saw like him assembling a crew kind of at the end of like in the
Yeah.
7th episode, I was like, oh great, they're gonna pull off a job. Some of them will die, and then the rest of them will be like a crew moving forward. But it doesn't seem like they're going that way.
No.
He gets over his thing of droids very quickly and learns to love droids over the span of one episode.
Well, I mean, that droid did a
spent the
lot
entire
for him.
season not
Yeah.
liking droids.
No.
sorry.
Yeah, he spent the
And I
entire
thought it
season
was
not
just
liking
that
droids.
droid.
Yeah, it was.
Because he
No, it's
specifically
all
says
droids.
in
Well-
the last episode, he's like, I don't like that one.
Well, because that droid is programmed. Sorry, he doesn't like droids that are programmed to kill. He doesn't like battle droids or
Right. Okay.
combat droids.
He didn't even like the repair droids in one of those
Yeah, it's
episodes.
true.
It's
It's
true.
He doesn't-
I was
he
a
doesn't-
little
he doesn't trust any
confused
machines.
on the droid.
That's
thing.
his excuse. I will say one of the highlights, and I think they used. I was so bummed when I saw him put the jetpack on
Yeah.
because I was like, show some restraint. But I will say he only goes up and down. They showed remarkable restraint, and not
With
just
the
him like
chasing,
It's truly, and he latches on like he's. And I don't take this the wrong way. He's kind of shitty at everything.
Yeah.
Except like so he gets not lucky. He gets shot so much because armor is doing so much work for him. I like that he's not very good at. He's good at some things, but not good at everything.
Yeah.
I like that. He's pretty good at like on the spot ideas.
Yeah,
But
I
not
get it.
really
He's
planning
not like
long
the
term.
best, but he's very good,
Exactly.
and he's very. You know what it is? He's very lucky, like
Yeah.
Nathan Drake would be, or
Yeah,
something
sure.
like that. I like
Yep.
that in a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Western. There's always a bit of luck involved, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it is just a Western. And then, like, I even was talking to Tung, like, and I don't, like, the movies, or the music sounds like Ennio Morricone music from all the spaghetti Westerns they filmed in Italy.
Doolulu. Yeah, it does.
It's great.
100%.
Not great. I think it's a great choice.
What do you think about? Would you guys want to be choked out by Baby Yoda?
Definitely not.
No, I'd rather be
that a
choked
kick?
out by Cara Dune.
I just
that weird
Baby
to say?
Yoda. He's still good. He's still good. At the end of the season, I was just like, is he gonna still be cute? Still cute.
Okay.
Always cute.
Here's the.
Will
Okay.
he remain cute in season 2? I don't know.
Probably.
Or do they make him older in season 2? Probably not.
No. I don't think. Well, that's the thing is, when I think by the time he's like Yoda sized, the Mandalorian will be dead. Because like I think they
Oh,
live.
yeah.
I think they live a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
Yoda was hundreds of years old.
Hundreds.
Yeah, or thousands? No, hundreds at least. But what was it? The saber at the end? What did you think of that? Is
Right.
that guy a Jedi or not a Jedi?
No,
Is that guy a
Sith.
Force user?
So I No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But
Yeah.
so I had to look it up because Angus and
Kind
I.
of bummed. I was hoping they wouldn't
I
show
think-
a lightsaber. It's a dark
Right.
saber, so it's not technically a lightsaber.
Yeah,
but
we had to look it. I had to look it up.
Yeah,
'cause I'm
like you were
what's
saying-
up with that thing?
Yeah.
And then
That guy's so good at being bad, though.
Yes. I
Like,
feel
can
bad
you
that-
do anything but be bad?
I feel
Another-
bad because I feel he gets typecast
Oh,
as being
yeah,
bad because
yeah.
he's so good at it.
Yeah, he's great at it. But I was kind of bummed actually when he survived. I would have loved it
didn't want
for
him
him
to
for
live.
him to just show up and be in that episode and be the bad guy and chew scenery like he did, wear his cape and his plastic chess piece.
Yeah.
Kind of be a little weird, and he's like overly villainous. He's like, I'm going to set up this gun and I will give you I could just blast you right now, but I'm going to give you until nightfall, presumably hours from now. Until
I
and-
thought that was, yeah.
Oh, the best part
I
was
love
we were
that. I
watching
love
this.
that cheesy stuff.
Tug and I were watching it, and we were sitting on the couch together watching it, and they like come out of the house or the building shooting, and they kill a bunch of guys, and then they slowly back into the building they were just in, resulting in
Giant,
almost nothing.
Amazing shootout.
It was
and
good.
Then just
Yeah,
back.
like all right, here we go, back into the room.
But that gave IG-11 a really cool robot. I love how
when
he
came
moves.
in, I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it's a good design.
How
It's
he
a good idea.
moves. It's really nice.
Whoa.
It
But
rotates.
I feel like I'm okay with him living. 'cause
Series
he
as a
does
whole.
chew up the scenery.
Favorite moment, favorite episode. Just because we're talking a lot about the last episode in particular.
Why even say anything about the Darksaber? Why
Oh, sorry, Darksaber. Yeah,
Doesn't
what
even
did you like it?
I'm curious about it.
If he's not a Force user, I like it. If he is, I'm bummed.
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
I think it's just a stolen weapon.
I think so, too.
What I looked up, Sam, was that saber at the very end. It is a lightsaber, but it was made by the first Mandalorian Jedi, and then people throughout history have been like stealing it.
Okay.
To try to whatever. It's
Yeah, there's a long heritage, and it's not canon anymore. But there are tons of characters in the comic books and stuff like that. They're like stormtroopers that have used lightsabers like that. They're not Force users. They're just really good with lightsabers.
And
Yeah.
see, not being like, "Oh, this is so embarrassing. Why am I even on this podcast?" But like, I don't really I didn't realize that you like had to be a Jedi to like have lightsabers.
You don't have to be.
Like,
but
I thought
it
anyone
certainly
could have
helps.
lightsaber
Finn used
fights.
one.
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
here, but he's Force sensitive. So here's the thing. I believe the
You can turn
implication
one
is
on.
that you need to be. Well, yeah, anyone can turn one on, but the problem is you like Jedi have and Force users have such a keen awareness that there's almost no chance of them hitting themselves with it. At least that's how I've seen it rationalized in other stuff. Where it's like if you were a normal person, you picked up a lightsaber, you do exactly what
if you're
Luke
a normie.
Yeah, you do it exactly what Luke did in A New Hope and like look right down the barrel of it. That's what he does in the first movie. If he turned it on, it would have fucking took his head off.
Right.
To your point, Angus,
Yeah.
favorite episode. Yeah, we can go around. Do you guys have a favorite episode at all?
I really
think
liked The Prisoner, except for the part where they reveal that he didn't actually kill anyone.
Sure.
Especially since he killed it. And I think The Prisoner is my favorite because like I loved Bill Burr's character because I like that he was like they make the joke about he used to be a stormtrooper and he's like he can't shoot for shit and he's like hey I was this kind of trooper, I wasn't a stormtrooper, and it's like even the Empire, even people from the Empire like think stormtroopers suck.
It's like a shooting.
They're
star.
just like cannon fodder. It's
Yeah.
just how many of them you have. You know.
Sam, what do you think? You have a favorite episode if you had to think of one?
Man, I don't know.
Favorite moment? Just
because
Baby
this
Yoda?
show's been like so because I didn't binge it. It's like I'm
Yeah, it's all
I'm like
spread
having
out.
to dig into my memory for
I
it
think
a little more.
if I had to choose, it would be the second episode, which was the Mudhorn one.
Yeah, it's
I
a really good-
really like
really,
that
really good
one.
I do remember
It's
that.
like a little video
one,
game
yeah.
quest.
Yeah,
he gets an
it's
upgrade at
so
the end of that one,
fun.
doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked about the last episode, and I really liked the second last episode too because I didn't think anyone would die. I don't know why. Like a main character would die, and then when I saw
didn't think-
Nick Nolte's character would die like that
Off
I was
camera, fucking
I was
great.
like, shit. So I was
Yeah.
really impressed with that.
That was good. I
What-
like the last episode too, though,
Last
man.
episode
That like
It's
droid
good.
like coming with the baby and just like fucking taking out everyone. I was like, holy shit!
Payoff of him actually exploding and
Yeah.
self-destructing.
Yeah.
And he takes it's payoff from the first episode, but he takes Mando's helmet off and he sees him and stuff like that, and
That's nice.
and that's a thing, and
Yeah.
that's kind of not a bad moment. I was talking about this. There is a moment where
The flashback.
no, the flashback was terrible. Taika, what are you doing, man? The flashback was terrible. They run for so long, they take so long to put the kid in the hole. It doesn't need to be
They
that
hug.
long. They hug. There's so many cuts.
Yeah,
of them.
I was
It's
wondering why
same
the
thing.
parents didn't like get in the hole too. Like I don't.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not.
Whatever. It's,
the
yeah.
the thing though with with the droid was they get this wonderful moment of like, oh, these two are going to be like lovable partners, and then he's like, okay, here I go, killing myself now. And he's just like, oh, okay, cool, sure. I mean, you just
Well, yeah.
I guess there's nothing more for that character to do.
No.
So.
And I guess like they.
You couldn't have Superman there. The stakes again. Like if you have that droid with you
Fair.
the whole time,
Yeah, it's true.
he can
He can
get you
heal
out of
people, yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You're like, there's no threat.
Oh,
now.
that was the thing though with Tongue was there was a sequence though where they show when they first show Pedro Pascal's face.
Yeah.
There is a shot where I'm fairly certain it's his face green screened onto a different guy's body. There's like a wide shot where it doesn't quite look right, and there's a close shot where it's definitely him. And this is because we were talking. I think because two like a different actor, like stuntman, did a lot of the physical.
Yeah.
Especially for the first several episodes, because Pedro Pascal wasn't cast until fairly late in development.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they just
Okay.
recorded his, which is fine. But it's I just think that's an interesting little tidbit.
I think the Mandalorian has like a nice trajectory going forward. They have like obviously a clear path of like they can take as long as they need to. They're like, okay, find this little green dude's home and take however long you want until people are sick of Mandalorian. That's basically what it is.
I love
right?
that it's like you
Adventure
will
of the week forever.
take this kid until he either becomes a Mandalorian or you find his parents. It's like or his people. It's like a weird little clause where it's like, we'll feel it out if you guys want. I thought so. I looked at you when she was making the sigil form, which is way better. She makes the Mudhorn sigil, which is good.
Yeah.
And then bonds them together. When she was making that, I looked at you and I went, oh, I thought it was because she was making a small helmet for Yoda that had like ear holes and shit like that.
That would have been dope.
Good. It was just like another toy commercial on top of the toy commercial.
Final feelings of Mandalorian. I liked it a lot. I'm excited to
of the 3 Star Wars things we talked about today, I think
It's
the best
probably
one.
my favorite
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Wars thing.
For sure.
Ever?
Yeah.
For me, easily.
It's
I
just,
think that's when Star Wars at its best is when it's exploring a part of the world that we had only previously seen in our own like not fan fiction, but just like you think about it, you're like, I wonder what the bounty hunters, because you see all these bounty hunters in in A New Hope, and they all look so different. And one of them's a droid, and one of them's Boba Fett, and you see all these interesting characters. And one of them has a diaper on his head, and you're just like, oh, these guys all look so interesting. Like, I wonder what bounty hunting's like in this world. And this is just a thing that just took like, okay, here's what it's basically John Wick.
yeah.
down to Carl Weathers, Izzy, and McShane.
That armorer kicks ass at the end too when she like uses
Oh,
the
that
hammer on
girl's fight scene.
Stormtrooper.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
crazy.
one woman,
I
like
wasn't a hu-
Mandalorian. Fuck, I was like, yes.
I wasn't into it until she crushes that dude's face with a hammer, and his like helmet like explodes. I was like, damn.
Yo,
Yeah, that's John Wick
that
shit.
girl's-
Yeah.
We're at the end of the episode here.
Do you think we'll get one more call from Leslie?
I don't think so.
I hope-
We
I hope so.
We can
Good
edit
night,
it in.
Leslie, wherever you are.
Love you, buddy.
Let's see here. Things to look forward in January because we're at the end
Right.
of December here. I wrote a couple things. I looked at Sam. I'm like, I don't think you'd like any of these things.
I can't think of anything.
Here we go. I wrote the things that I thought were interesting enough. The Grudge has a remake. I probably won't watch it, but
Pass.
the Grudge has a remake. Bad Boys for Life. I'll watch that.
No.
Pass.
Doolittle.
Pass.
Hardest,
Yeah.
maybe the hardest of passes on those.
And those are the movies in January. So pretty,
Oh, man.
pretty
Weak
low
month.
Rough
Wow.
month.
Yeah, those are the ones I was like, at least that's something to like
I'll go
talk
see
about.
Cats
Nope.
and Little Women instead.
I'd rather see Bad Boys for Life than Cats, but I'll end up watching Cats. Dragon Ball Kakarot comes out for video games. That's
What
like
is
Dragon
that?
Ball Z. Where You
Again?
get to play again. It looks okay.
Yeah, they all look okay.
And a Warcraft game, Warcraft 3 Reforged.
God, I want it so badly, but I'm just not going to support Blizzard. I can't do it.
Can't do it?
I can't do it. No,
That's
I can't.
fair enough. Political reasons.
Yeah, it's personal beliefs. You
Yeah,
know?
man, it's
That's
okay.
the thing.
I
and
support you on this.
I've
support
never
you.
wanted a game. I can't think. I want that game so badly.
Yeah.
So badly. But I'm just like, nah. I got to stand for
You
something.
gotta,
I guess
you gotta stand for something.
Exactly. And
I
I don't.
hear
Oh, that being said, I don't fault anyone who does buy it.
Yeah.
I have plenty of friends that
probably
are
end up
going to
buying
buy it. It's totally fine. It's just I can't do it.
It's hard. I always have that kind of inner struggle. It's like, do I want to support Amazon? But I use it so much.
I have a hard time
That
supporting
kind of
Amazon,
I have
but
a
I
hard
use it all
time
the time.
supporting
Disney,
Amazon.
It's rough. They treat their people like shit.
I've cut Nestle.
Nestle?
Oh, that's
for
a
the
good
most
one.
part,
Yeah.
Specifically the water, but like,
Yeah, they're bad. Yeah.
but I try and not buy most of the others.
I mean, every other day I hear like, "Oh, Giant Tiger's terrible," or "Oh, don't go to Old Navy." I just hear like everything is
Yeah.
terrible. And I was like, "Well, I guess I have to make my own
Shop
clothes
local,
now."
friends.
Shop local.
Shop local.
But there's probably some bad people. There's bad
Well,
people everywhere.
I think deep down, secretly, we're all bad people.
No, that's not how we
That's a
want to end the
movie.
episode. Sam, thank you for being on Talking
Thanks for
Tongue.
having me.
Any plugs you want to give the people?
I guess the same old plugs
Hey, man, they haven't
I
heard
always
you.
give. You should check out DC Superhero Girls on
So cool.
YouTube. There's a bunch of shorts. You can just play them on repeat straight through. You don't even have to change your channel or anything. They're all pretty dope. And you can follow Paper Bear Studio on Instagram.
Yeah. And maybe buy something.
Maybe buy
buy
some
some.
of
Oh,
your
man.
Simpson fan friends or family.
I'm the
some
biggest
things.
Simpson fan.
We've got some Office stuff on there now
Cool.
too.
I like it. Well, thank you, Sam. Angus,
welcome.
what do you got?
Well, I'd like to plug, besides all the stuff, wonderful stuff at the PodCavern, I'd love to plug a newish podcast that I'm working on with a friend of mine, Matthew Wally. We're doing a podcast called Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. It's an interview show where we interview superheroes and people with superpowers and various jobs that need to happen in a superpowered world. And I think maybe the titular Talking Tongue was on recently, and I can't wait to edit that episode and get it out. It was a fun
Titular.
time. Correct use of titular.
Thank you. I've used it right my entire life. You don't have to look at the tapes, though.
Wordsmith.
Still remain. That's amazing power.
It's a great power. It's a great power.
And, of course, you can find me, the titular host, Talking Tongue. Whatever.
yes,
Angus.
yeah, you are the you are the
I
titular
am
tongue.
the titular Mandalorian. And
Yeah. If the show was called The Host and you said I am the titular host, that would make sense. The show is Talking Tongue. You would be the titular tongue.
I'm the titular Mandalorian, and this is Tongue. And you can find the rest of the shows in the PodCavern. We have ranked top 5 lists of stuff that don't matter, Improv Punch-Up, Cinema Saves the World, and more to come.
Let's all say it together. It is the way.
This is the way.
Oh fuck! Oh no! Pew 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 pew.
May the force be with everyone but Angus.